chat about daily routines and what I did last week. I'm just arranging my lights. I hope you can see me and hear me. Leave me a quick message in the chat if you can see and hear everything. And please tell me which country you are from and what time is it there. Right now in England it's 5:30 in the morning. I usually get up very early. That is one of my daily routines, is to get up very early, and normally I do a workout before my children wake up. So I'll be on this live stream for maybe 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, and then I'm going to do a workout, and hopefully my children won't wake up while I'm doing my workout. Just going to move my camera a little because it looks like you can't see me very well. I think that's better. So last week on Monday, I'm going to go through the whole week. Hello, Italy. Good morning. Wow, you must be up early. I'm sure Italy is not so different to England. Are you 1 hour ahead? I'm guessing it will be about 6:30 in the morning in Italy, perhaps. Welcome. It's nice to see you here. My daily routine every morning, I wake up very early and then I go and feed my cat and my dog. So my cat and my dog are always up early expecting to have their breakfast. So my first job in the morning is always to feed my cat and feed my dog. Then I drink some coffee, usually have a small breakfast just to help me wake up before my workout. On Monday last week, I went to work. I work in a gym. I'm a personal trainer and I teach fitness classes. So I will go to work for about 5:45 in the morning. So 5:45 I will arrive at work and my first class starts at 6 a.m. A surprising number of people like to work out at 6 a.m. I usually have a very busy class at that time in the morning. On Monday last week, I worked a split shift. So if someone says they're working a split shift, it means they will do some work in the morning, then go home, then do the second half of their work in the afternoon. So a split shift means you work twice in one day. It is split in half. So I worked in the morning, I went home, and then at home I did some reading and maths with my 2 youngest children. So they are still learning to read. We practiced reading. And then I went back to work. So Monday was very, very busy. Lots of time at work and also reading with my children, practicing maths. They're learning their times tables. Someone asked, hi Dan. Dan is asking, what part of England are you from? I'm from Derbyshire. Derbyshire is in the north, well, it's kind of just north of the middle of England, between Manchester and Sheffield. So I don't live in a big city, I live in a very small town, but Manchester and Sheffield are on each side. They're the 2 big cities that you would find on the map. It's really nice here. I have done a few videos walking around in the countryside. Unfortunately, it rains a lot, so making videos outside can be difficult, but in the summer, hopefully I can show you a little bit more of the countryside around Derbyshire because it is really lovely here. So, Good morning, Victor. Victor's in the Ukraine. Terence, how do we spell Derbyshire? Oh, Derbyshire. Sorry, Derbyshire. Yeah. Oh, that's one of those strange English words that does not sound how it looks. It's. Let me write it down. I don't know if you'll see this very well on the camera. It's D-E-R-B. Let me write it. Derbyshire. Sorry, my writing. I think that shows up back to front, doesn't it? Never mind. I will write that in the comments later on, because if I write something here, it's just going to show up the wrong way round. But yes, it is one of those words that does not sound how it is spelled. But yeah, English is really inconsistent. It's because we have words from so many languages. We have a few Latin words, a few French words, a few German words. I have been learning German for a long time, and sometimes I notice a German word and think, oh, that's where that English word came from. There are some really similar words in German, but French is the same, and also there are lots and lots of words with Latin roots. It's a really mixed up language. It must be very difficult to learn to write English. If your native language is very logical, I think English is probably a nightmare. So back to the daily routine. Oh, martial arts. How many martial arts do I know? Just one. Just the one. Jiu-jitsu is my martial art. I've been practicing jiu-jitsu since I was very, very young. My parents took me to a jiu-jitsu class when I was 10 years old, and I'm now 42. So that's a really, really long time of training in jiu-jitsu, but I've never done any other martial arts, just that one. And I've had a few breaks. When I had very small babies to take care of, I had a year off, but for the most part, I've been training in jiu-jitsu for about 30 years. And that's actually how I became interested in working as a personal trainer, because I was working on my fitness for jiu-jitsu. I was teaching jiu-jitsu classes, and I really enjoyed that. So that led to me becoming a personal trainer, because I just wanted to teach more fitness classes, and I find it really interesting, really satisfying. It's a great job. I like it. I'm going to move my camera again. I feel like you're seeing a lot of the wood behind me. I'm in my shed in my garden. This is where I do my workouts at home. I'm out here because the rest of my family are all in bed. My children are asleep, my husband is asleep, and I don't want to wake everyone up by talking. So I'm out in the shed, and I'm going to do a workout when I've finished here. Last week on Tuesday, I got up early and did a workout, as I always do. So I was up at 5 a.m, same as today. I had my breakfast, then went into my gym at home. So it's just a shed in the garden with some weights in it. And after that, I took my two youngest children to school. I did the school run. If we talk about doing the school run, if one of your friends says, oh, I need to do the school run, it means taking your children to school or bringing them home from school. So in either direction, we just call that doing the school run. That's a really, really common phrase that you might hear if your friends are parents. They will say, oh, I've got to do the school run and then I can meet you. On the way home, I went to the supermarket. I did my weekly food shopping. And then I came home and homeschooled my eldest child. So I have 2 children who go to school, and I have 1 child who is homeschooled. In England, education is the responsibility of the parents, not the government. So if you have a child, it is up to you to provide their education. You can send your children to school, but if you don't, then as a parent, you must homeschool. That's how the law is at the moment. Sometimes the government will say, oh, should we make laws about homeschooling? Should we make it more regulated, more inspected? But so far, you can teach your child anything you want, really. It's very unregulated, although I am teaching my son the same things that he would learn in school. So we are studying for GCSE exams, which are the exams that everyone in England takes at the age of 16. In the English school system, at age 16, you take GCSE exams, but then you must stay in some sort of education until you are 18 years old. You can do more exams, which are called A-levels, or you can do a different, more practical qualification, for example, engineering or mechanic qualifications for if you want to work on cars, or something more useful for whatever job you want to be in. There are hundreds and hundreds of different qualifications that you can go and do at the age of 16. On to Wednesday. Wednesday, I again went to the gym, did a different workout. It's much the same as Tuesday, so Tuesday and Wednesday were very, very similar. And then in the evening, I filmed a video for my Ko-fi members. So, hi, I know at least one of my Ko-fi members is on here. It's lovely to see you, thank you. If anyone else is interested in my Ko-fi page, it is linked in my YouTube profile. So, Wednesday evening, I filmed a video. I spend quite a lot of time thinking about videos, writing scripts for videos, making notes about my videos. That is taking a lot of my time at the moment, but I enjoy it. I love making videos. Am I still teaching privately? Unfortunately, not at the moment. Since I started working at the gym, I just don't have any spare time. So I'm working in the gym 3 days a week. I'm filming videos for YouTube, making videos for Ko-fi. I'm homeschooling my children. I'm sorry, I can't do any private lessons at the moment. If you have any particular topic that you want to learn about, I can make a video. Then more people can learn from it. So if you want to leave some notes on video topics that you're interested in, leave it as a comment on one of my videos. That's fine. I will do my best to get to all of those if there's anything you want to learn. My rings. This is my wedding ring. This is white gold. And that one is my grandma's wedding ring. And that's yellow gold. So both of those are gold wedding rings. The difference between public and private schools. Oh, this is another English word which is so confusing. If someone uses the term a public school, they could mean a private school. I don't know why this became the most common word for it, but A public school is actually a private school. Oh, I don't know why. If someone says a state school, state meaning the government or the whole country, a state school is operated by the government and is open to everyone. But public and private schools are the same thing. I know, that's ridiculous. I don't know how that happened, but state schools are run by the government. They are open to everyone. Public schools or private schools, you have to pay for. My children go to a state school because I can't afford a private one. Private schools tend to be very, very expensive, thousands of pounds per term. A term is 3 months, so a term would be September to December usually, then January to April, and then from Easter to summer. So we have 3 terms every year, and a private school will cost you thousands of pounds per term. So those schools tend to only be for extremely rich families. The vast majority of people in Britain go to state schools. There are such things as scholarships. You could get a scholarship and have your fees paid for a private school, but I think that's quite difficult. Dan asks, what is the current price of 1 gram of gold in the UK? I have no idea, Dan. I don't have enough gold to be selling it. This is the only gold that I own, and it's my wedding ring, so I'm not trying to sell any gold. I have no idea. Public and private schools, sorry, I've answered that one. We were on about Thursday, weren't we? Thursday. I did some editing of my videos. Once I filmed the videos, normally I have a lot of me going, what did I want to say? Let's read all my notes. So then I have to cut those bits out of my videos. So I do some editing. I usually add some photos to make it more interesting. I put some writing on the screen to make the words clearer and easier. And then I publish my videos and tell all my followers about them. So I quite enjoy editing. I like editing videos. My son taught me how to edit. He's much better with computers than I am. He was the first one to start a YouTube channel, but I really like it now. It's an enjoyable part of my job. Friday I was back at work again. So on Friday I just worked 1 single shift. I went to work in the morning, and then I came home, did some reading and maths with my younger children. And on Saturday I would normally work, but last week I didn't. One of my colleagues covered for me. If we say you are covering for someone at work, it means that you are doing their work to help them. So if someone is sick or on holiday, you may be covering for them. It means you are doing their job while they are away. So my colleague covered for me on Saturday, and I went to visit my friend. She lives about 1 hour's drive from here. She lives in North Yorkshire. It's a lovely, lovely drive. I really enjoyed driving there over the hills in the sunshine. Saturday had gorgeous weather, which was quite a surprise. It's been very, very cold here the last few weeks, so it was bright and sunny on Saturday, which was amazing. It felt like springtime. And I had a lovely drive up to Yorkshire, talked to my friend, we had dinner together, and then we went to a concert. You might have seen the photo of the concert. It was in my YouTube community tab. We went to see a Queen cover band. Now that's another use of the word cover, which is a bit strange. So we had cover meaning to take someone else's work if they are not there. And a cover band, they play famous songs. So they copy the songs of famous singers or bands. And this band was a tribute to Queen. So they were all big fans of the band Queen, and they sang lots and lots of Queen songs, and it was great fun. It was great fun. They were a really good band. They sounded amazing, and everyone was dancing. There was lots of energy. It was really, really nice. So I had a great fun night and stayed at my friend's house on Saturday night. And finally, at the end of the week, Sunday, on Sunday, I went to visit my parents and just had a fairly chilled out, relaxed day. Cleaned and tidied my house because I've been busy all week and everything was a mess. Took my dog for a nice long walk. I do walk my dog every day. That's part of my daily routine, is to walk my dog. But at the weekend, I tend to have time for a longer walk so I can relax a bit more. I don't have to rush or hurry back to do the school run or anything like that. So nice, long, relaxing walk in the countryside. But unfortunately, it was cold and raining again by Sunday. It's still winter here. Still feels very much like winter. We just had that one sunny day on Saturday, which was nice. But now it's back to being cold and wet. I'm looking forward to spring. I really, really hope we get some warmer weather soon. Yes, I do have a driving license. I have had my driving license since I was 17 years old. So I live in the countryside, and I always have. I grew up in this town where I live now. Public transport is not great in the small towns, so most people learn to drive as soon as they can. So at 17 years old, you're allowed to learn to drive. So I got my license at 17, and then I had to get a job to get a car. Car insurance for 17-year-olds is very, very expensive. So when I was 17, most of my money was spent on my car. But I like driving. I enjoy driving, especially around here. In the cities, it's tedious. It's driving can be really boring and also stressful in the cities because there's just so much traffic. Everything is so slow. You always have to stop for traffic lights. So I don't like driving in cities, but around here I really enjoy driving. And yes, I have a driving license, which I've had for, how long is that now? 23 years. And I have a car, and I like it. I like driving. My job, when I'm not teaching English on YouTube, I'm working in a gym. I'm a personal trainer and fitness instructor. So when I say I'm going to work, I mean I'm going to the gym and I'm teaching fitness classes, or I'm working with just one client, teaching them how to lift weights, giving them advice about healthy foods, perhaps how to lose weight or how to build muscles. Yeah, that's my other job. It's still teaching, really. Teaching is very similar no matter which area you're teaching in. Most of my favourite jobs have involved some kind of teaching. So I've been a fitness instructor, an English teacher, a jiu-jitsu teacher, and in other jobs that I've done, I've also trained new members of staff. I just really like teaching, any kind of teaching. Are there any more questions? I'll just give you all another minute or so. If you have any more questions, write them in the chat. And if there are no more questions, I'm going to go and do my workout now. So this morning I'm doing a workout on my shoulders and my back. That's on today's workout plan. Obviously, as a personal trainer, I have a very organized workout plan. So I write a plan for myself as though I was a client. I like to keep things nice and organized, keep track of how much weight I'm lifting, that kind of thing. It doesn't seem like there are any more comments. Okay, another one. Why do you consider a hen to... the hen that was on my profile picture. Oh, she was cute. I liked her. That was actually my dad's pet. So the hen was not my pet, that belonged to my dad. And she was really, really friendly. And if you picked her up, put her on your shoulder, she would stay there for a photo. So I just thought, I'll put the hen on my shoulder and take a selfie, and that'll make a cute photo. I wouldn't say that the hen was my favourite pet, but I liked her. She was sweet. Unfortunately, she's no longer with us. So the hen died last year. I'd say my favourite pets are cats and dogs. Like millions of people in Britain. I made a video about pets in Britain and I looked up how many cats and dogs are in Britain. And I think it was something like 12 million cats and 12 million dogs. You'll have to watch the video for the exact numbers. I can't remember, but millions and millions of cats and dogs in Britain. And they are my favourite pets. I have a cat and a dog because I can't choose just one. So I like the hen, but the cat and the dog are definitely my favourites. I'm going to say goodbye now. Thank you so much to everyone for joining me. I really appreciate you being up this early and coming to chat to me. And I will see you all soon. Bye bye.